Diddy Combs has one less claim to stress over. His previous babysitter has dropped her unjust end suit against him. We will separate what this lady affirmed as the music investor shuffles various common activities at the same time. Welcome to the sidebar introduced by regulation and wrongdoing. Throughout the course of recent weeks, we've jabbered about the common claims that Diddy Combs is confronting. He settled one of the most touchy claims only one day after it was recorded toward the finish of the year before. This was about his ex, Cassandra Ventura, otherwise called Cassie. She had blamed him for misuse, attack, and even sex dealing. Yet that claim was settled the following day. Having said that, Combs has confronted significantly more legitimate difficulty from that point forward. Yet again, Neil guaranteed that Combs tranquilized and physically attacked her when she was in school. Back in 1991, she asserted Combs shot the assault and imparted the video to others as a type of retribution pornography. Combs denied the claims. Then, there was one more claim from an unidentified lady who asserted that Combs and vocalist-lyricist Aaron Corridor assaulted her quite a while back. Combs' lawyers put out an announcement calling the story manufactured. Then we quick forward to February, when one more sensation documenting came out, this one from Rodney Jones, a music maker known as Little Bar Jones, who worked with Combs on his most recent collection for almost a year in that claim, and the resulting corrected filings he named Combs, his children Justin and Christian entertainer Cuba Gooding Jr., a few record mark leaders as having partaken in illegitimate exercises. This incorporates drug utilize, rape, sex with underage young ladies, sex dealing, and much more. So these claims are reasonable. Being researched right now by the region of New York, which is apparently investigating a sex stealing activity. I say that since two of Colonel's homes, one in Miami and one in Los Angeles, as we probably are aware, were strike on spring 25th, yet neither Combs nor both of his children, nor truly anyone in his circle has been captured or accused in association of that activity. Yes, one of his partners was captured for drug ownership. Yet again, that is, not attached to the general sex stealing examination. Okay, considering all that. Now we have this new update for yourself. And the new update is that a claim that was documented against Combs quite a long while prior doesn't appear to be an issue for him any longer. This was initially recorded with the offended party's character being kept unknown. However, at that point, she uncovered herself, come to discover that this PLFF is Raven Grains Walden. She was behind the protest. Now, Ribs Walden functioned as a babysitter for Combs' twin young ladies. After the demise of their mom model, Kim Watchman, Wells Wald sued Combs, as I expressed back in 2022, and she was claiming that she was terminated on the grounds that she got pregnant beyond marriage, allowed me to make sense of, as per a revised grievance from April of 2023. Wells Walden was a statement Nike figure to doormen, while some have perceived that to imply that the two are connected. That is really not true, but rather Ridges Walden posted habitually about doorman on her Instagram page, calling her a guide and aunt, and she sued Combs Endeavors LLC and 3 different organizations in Los Angeles predominant court, charging counter and state work code infringement. Now she guarantees that beginning in September of 2018 she filled in as Watchman's own collaborator, and that she assisted doormen with projects and furthermore assisted take with minding of her twins Jesse and Delilah, who were both 11, and after several months in November of 2018, unfortunately Watchman passed on from pneumonia at age 47. Well, as per Ridges Walden, only one day after doorman kicked the bucket, Combs requested that she inhabit his domain and be a full-time caretaker every minute of every day. So the grumbling says that Wells Walden concurred. She consented to respect Watchman, and in posts on her Instagram page, Wells Walden posted photographs and recordings of herself and the twins, as well as different individuals from the family like Christian Combs. She presented about going on Combs' huge party for his 50th birthday celebration, and one more video showed Combs in participation at one of Ridges Walden's orientation uncover parties. Yet the claim says that Combs terminated Ribs Walden in January of 2021 statement since she was pregnant and unmarried, which purportedly set a terrible model for his girls. She says that she moved toward Combs about taking maternity leave, and he was statement chafed, terminating her around the time that she should disappear. She asserted that when Combs was recounted this maternity leave, he hollered cussed would not satisfy his commitment of guaranteeing that she and her child approach statement the best well-being and dental protection, and to assist with her hospital expenses, and she asserted that this was unjust and And because of this unfair end, she asserts that she endured statement elusive loss of business-related open doors and harm to her expert standing and profound pain, by the way, while the claims against Diddy are only that claims he hasn't been found common obligated, he hasn't been captured, he hasn't been criminally charged. What the story compels you think about, in any event, is the way well you know individuals around you. Handling that is exceptionally terrifying. Give congruity to the twins following the troublesome passing of their mom. Mr. Combs charitably allowed Raven to reside in his home with her child and dealt with them like family, and the rep proceeded with statement her watching were constantly expected to be brief, particularly since the young ladies were progressing in years and burning through the majority of the day at school. As a matter of fact, Raven's change-out of her job was arranged and consented to by her well before she even referenced that she was pregnant. Mr. Combs will make a quick and prompt move to safeguard his family against these misleading cases. As per their own courtings, Combs Camp says that Ridges Walden's business was ended on the grounds that she simply wasn't sufficient at her specific employment, so she was terminated for cause. Legitimate reactions likewise expressed that the part-time caretaker was statement not playing out every last bit of her work obligations, as expected, that there were a few days that Wells Walden got remuneration for work that was not performed, consequently bringing about compensation being paid to Ribs Walden that were not owed. Diddy's legitimate group composed that he found a way, quote, sensible ways to forestall and address work environment segregation, if any, and to execute interior complaint processes intended to answer right, cure, or in any case, keep away from the supposed mischief, if any, and irrationally neglected to use the precaution and remedial measures that the Combs litigants gave, and sensible utilization of such methodology systems would have forestalled in any event a portion of the damage, assuming that any that claims to have endured. And it was fascinating on the grounds that throughout this case, Ridges Walden blamed Diddy for not satisfying his revelation commitments over the span of this suit, that he was being shifty. Now, disclosure during a claim is the point at which you give material to the opposite side. She was really looking for $5,000 in sanctions against him. Diddy's lawful group had a reaction to that statement, as opposed to documenting the movement and squandering court and party assets. Raven ought to have talked with him on a creation plan for request to comprehend when they would deliver the records they resolved to sanctions, which are not justified under these conditions. Since the reports looked for have been delivered, the movement was unimportant to Diddy's creation, and Raven Chamber fabricated a question that didn't exist. However, at that point you quick forward to April 2nd, 2024, and her lawyer recorded papers with the adjudicator asking that the grievance be excused with bias. And that implies it can't be refiled, so it's not satisfactory in the event that there was some kind of settlement understanding came to between Ridges Walden and Diddy. Or on the other hand, if perhaps they felt her case wasn't sufficient, in the event that they felt it wouldn't find success. Perhaps it was the cost of the suit. Perhaps there's some other explanation we simply don't have any idea. Everything I can say to you is that when Diddy is confronting various legitimate activities, and when he says that he is the casualty of an investigation and cash gets by numerous individuals, this is most certainly a success for him, both lawfully and according to a PR perspective. That is all we have for you here on the sidebar. Everyone, many thanks for going along with us. As usual, if it's not too much trouble, buy into Apple Webcasts, Spotify, YouTube, any place you get your web recording. I'll address you sometime later. Thanks for watching Gossip Now.